Hey there everyone. Hey there everybody. This skinwalker right here is a big jerk and also a part of a group known as cryptids. By definition, they are creatures or legends that are speculated to exist but haven't officially been discovered. Ever since I made that video on cryptids, cryptids have become one of my main interests, right along there with fish and making videos that no one likes. But ever since I made my first video on cryptids, I've discovered a lot of new cryptids all around the world, and you seem to enjoy the last video about cryptids and that one video on the Kraken, and I enjoyed making those videos. So I'm going to be making this video on other cryptids that aren't exclusive to North America. So before we get into this video, I would like to report a strange phenomenon I found, and that would be that I would say 40% of cryptids in the world were spotted in North America. This video was originally going to be exclusive to cryptids in Europe, but looking through the list I found that there aren't that many cryptids in Europe, or anywhere else in the world, because the vast majorities of them are all focused in North America. This amount of strange activity in North America should have been a warning sign to the colonists that Ohio was eventually coming. What these colonists were thinking, I have no idea. Maybe if they had listened to the Native American folklore that there could be a large humanoid deer skeleton roaming around the woods, they would have decided to turn around and go back to Europe, and this video wouldn't exist. Anyway, back to cryptids. Similar to North America, most of the other cryptids in the world can be put into three groups, also known as evolutionary mistake, folklore, or goofy odd creature, which is why a few cryptids in this video are very similar to the ones in North America. Speaking of similar cryptids, I'm looking through, and that thing looks extremely close to Bigfoot, but also looks like a Bumble from Rudolph. Oh wait, that's actually a Yeti! This thing is also a cryptid that maybe you know. It's basically the exact same thing as Bigfoot, except it lives in the Himalayas and is prematurely grayed. It's quite tall, has white fur, and large feet. This thing though doesn't seem to have the ability to wear shoes, so not only is this thing's foot most likely a callus, but it's also probably frozen as well. Isn't that a life to live? No friends? Prematurely grayed? No one believes you exist? Frozen feet? That's almost exactly like my life, except I haven't prematurely grayed. Mad respects to the Yeti. While we're equipped for sub-zero temperatures, let's take a look at this thing, also known as the Ninja. You probably haven't heard much of this thing. It's basically a whale-like snowball with either flippers or legs. The cryptid community cannot seem to agree, but if this thing does have legs, it certainly doesn't skip leg day. This thing has been spotted in many places by many different people. It's actually also something that they have a non-photoshopped looking picture of. Look at that thing. He looks kinda happy. Anyway, not much is known about this creature, but I don't think it has shown any malicious intentions, so I'm just gonna laugh about the fact that it looks like a walking golf ball and move on. Anyway, we are now in New Jersey, where the next cryptid is supposed to live. Now this thing definitely does have malicious intentions. This thing is called the Jersey Devil. It's basically a flying horse or goat with a weird tail. The origin of this thing too is very weird. Basically this lady had 12 kids, and I guess money wasn't good in that family, because when she was told that she would have a 13th child, she cursed the child, and when the child was born, it somehow turned into this thing, attacked everyone in the room, and flew out through the chimney. Now if I had a kid and it did this, that would require some severe reprimanding. But I guess these parents don't know what they're doing, because this thing has apparently been flying around going about its merry way for 300 years. Similar to Mothman in the last video, this cryptid had an influx of sightings at a certain time period and hasn't been heard from since. Except in the NHL, where it's the mascot of a New Jersey hockey team, I think. Oh geez, look at this! It's the Loch Ness Monster. This is also a cryptid that you may have heard of. It's basically a large dinosaur said to live in Loch Ness, Scotland. While most cryptids haven't been spotted until recently, this thing has been terrorizing people since 600 AD. It's been spotted by a dude getting attacked by it, a priest helping a dude getting attacked by it, a bunch of people on vacation, a dude in his car who watched this thing walk across the road and then didn't take a picture, and apparently Bubaba. I think that out of most cryptids, Loch Ness Monster is probably the most probable, because it would be pretty hard to actually figure out what's down there in Loch Ness, because Loch Ness is very big, very murky, and quite deep, and I'm sitting in it. There's apparently a very large aquatic dinosaur in here. Anyway, the last cryptid on this list brings me to Arkansas, and I'm here to show you that not all cryptids are necessarily monsters. This thing here is the ivory-billed woodpecker, which is considered a cryptid. It's an extinct woodpecker, but sightings of it have resurfaced to the point where it's considered a cryptid and could probably actually exist. Boy, I sure do love woodpeckers. That's it for cryptids. I'm still 99% sure that most of these have been caused by the state of Ohio. There may be a part 3 if I can find any more cryptids that interest me. But until then, have a great day.